Hello. Today's video is about what to watch out for with people who write about narcissism. I never ever want to come across as someone who trashes other authors, especially those who write about the same topics I do. I realize we all have our different views, even on the same topic, and honestly I think that's pretty cool. I think it's great when a person finds an author they can relate to, even if it's not me. The most important thing is that people find the help they need. That being said, though, recently I was scrolling Facebook and I saw a meme from one blogger with whom I've had issues before. She and I became friends on Facebook several years ago and followed each other's blogs. A couple of months into our new friendship, I began to see very subtle signs of narcissism. I thought maybe I was just being paranoid, but I kept watching her behavior. One day, the mask came off. She disagreed with something I said on my blog and proceeded in the comment section to tell me just how wrong I was. Some of my regular readers disagreed with her. Suddenly she blocked and unfriended me. Now mind you, when this happened, I wasn't even online at the time, and I didn't know it was happening until I think it was the next morning, but she was still mad at me. This is why I try to remind you fairly often not to blindly follow or believe in anyone, not even me. Not that I don't appreciate having fans, because I certainly appreciate every single one of you that watches my videos and reads my work. But the truth is, though, that everybody is imperfect. We may share something we honestly think is true, only to find out later it's not. Or we may share some advice that helped us, but it may not help you simply because of differences in our personalities. There are also some narcissists who write about narcissism. I hadn't seen it that often, but I have seen it, like the person I mentioned earlier. Narcissists are attracted to helping professions like police, teachers, pastors, therapists. So it makes sense they would want to write about this topic to reach others and manipulate them that way. There's also the admiration factor. If someone's been helped by something you wrote, that person will admire you. That is huge narcissistic supply to any narcissist. If you start to follow someone on social media or follow their blog and that person writes about narcissism, there are some red flags you need to be aware of, though. How does this person interact with his or her readers? The blogger's followers that I mentioned had almost like a cult leader type relationship with her. Regulars never disagreed with her. If a new follower dared to disagree, the regular followers attacked. She would eventually diffuse the situation, but she came across very smug when she did, saying things like that person just doesn't know any better because they don't know everything that she does. That new follower always disappeared quickly. Another red flag is if the person constantly brags, even in a subtle way. The blogger that I mentioned did just that. She mentioned on a regular basis how many people look to her for advice, including mental health professionals. And by the way, she was not one herself. She also made comments about being so busy helping people that she just didn't have time for certain things. That brings me to a person having an air of superiority. Granted, most of us who have been writing about narcissism have been doing so for a pretty long time, and we know quite a bit. That being said, though, we don't know everything, and if we're smart, we are very well aware of that. Also, watch how this person answers questions. A narcissist will act like the question is stupid or she's too good to waste time to respond to such a stupid question, whereas the average person will not act that way. This blogger I mentioned also shared only memes of things that she had said or articles she had written. That was another big red flag because I've never seen that with any other blogger or author. Most people want to help other people, and they will share helpful memes and articles no matter who wrote them. Unfortunately, it's impossible to avoid narcissists entirely. At least you can be aware of the subtle signs of narcissism people exhibit online, so you know who you need to avoid. Thank you for watching my video.